Hi Leo, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Thanks for coming. I always appreciate you all spending some of your day with me. We are actually going to talk about the month ahead, July 2022. If you have not already liked, subscribed, also thumbs up my video. It really helps my channel grow and I appreciate it. If you haven't already as well, make sure you take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this series because it will help you get a more holistic view of what's going on in the month ahead for you. So Leo, you all actually, after this Cancer season, you all are coming into your sun season. So for you all that are Leos that are at the end of July, moving into August, happy birthday. And we actually have a new moon in your sign on July 28th. So let's pull 2 cards per week, Leo, to see how the energies are working with you all. And make sure and take a look at that slide at the very beginning of this video or in the show notes below that will highlight all the important astrology dates for the month of July. So in the first week, we do have the 8 of Cups. You are moving away possibly from something emotionally that's no longer serving you, as well as the Lover's card. So this could be something dealing with a loved one, a relationship that you're in that you're trying to weigh whether you need to move away from. The second week of the month, you do have the Knight of Wands in reverse. You have the Wheel of Fortune, number 10 major arcana card, as well that second week of the month. The third week, you have the Empress card, really powerful cards here, Leo, as well as the Magician in reverse, that third week of the month. And lastly, the fourth week, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and we have the Fool in reverse. So Leo, I already see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. 5 out of 8 cards that we pulled is pretty massive changes going on for you all, Leo. And it makes sense anytime you're having a solar return, you know, the sun is returning back from where, you know, when you were born. So there definitely is a lot of energy here, Leo, about major shifts going on in your world. To me, I can already tell that this can have to do with possibly a relationship in the very beginning of the month with those lovers coming in. But by the time you get to the mid-month with the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Magician, there's some type of twist of fate. Some kind of luck is coming in. Maybe this is some kind of project you've been working on. There's something that really is almost like magical, right? With that Magician. Even though it's in reverse, I'm sensing that you've been trying to birth some type of project or something is going to come to fruition, or maybe you're starting the seeds of them, possibly around you all's new moon, July 28th. So mid-month, Leo, you all are really on fire. So make sure you're paying attention to any energies. And by the end of the month, it actually looks like you might be starting something new with this Fool card and Knight of Swords that you're really rearing to go to get started. So let's take it week by week. That's what I kind of like sense just those first few looking over the cards really quickly at first glance. But Leo, what I think is interesting that first week of July, we do have Mars moving into Taurus and Mercury moving into Cancer. And so I am sensing that there is this energy around either loved ones, a romantic partner, some type of relationship. You're really weighing if this is still the right relationship for you. You're trying to kind of determine in your own mind, like emotionally, is this a fulfilling relationship? So make sure you're heeding whatever messages are coming in during that time. With Mercury squaring Jupiter July 9th, there might be some interesting energy and messages that come in there with that Mercury and Jupiter. Remember, Jupiter expands things, so don't be surprised if maybe you have more heated conversations since Jupiter is in Aries, and Mercury, you know, that just might be an interesting dynamic as you open up the month. By the time you get to the second week, Leo, you do have the Knight of Wands in reverse and that Wheel of Fortune. By the time you get to the second week, we are looking at that full moon in Capricorn around the 13th. So I'm wondering with this Knight of Wands and Wheel of Fortune, if Leo, you all are coming into some type of decision making, that like a twist of fate happens and you're like really ready to go, but you're kind of teetering back and forth on like whether you want to do it or not with this Knight of Wands in reverse. But you have like a lot of momentum building, which really feels nice. It feels like you're like been trying to plant seeds around some type of project, or possibly you've been working with someone else with the Lover's card. This could be a spouse, a family member, but this Wheel of Fortune is really great to see, Leo. And I think that you're going to have some type of something that comes out of the blue that you weren't expecting, that comes in fast with that Knight of Wands. So just be prepared that second week of July to be expecting some kind of news that could really be beneficial, because by the time you get to that third week of the month, you do have the Magician and the Empress. And this is really nice. I call it magical energy. And not just because it's the Magician, but the Empress is that Venus energy, right? Of birthing something into creation, starting something new. The Magician is like you have all the tools that you need at your disposal. Yes, it is in reverse, so maybe it will be, maybe it won't rush all in at the same time. But by the time we get to that third week, when the sun moves into Leo, I really do feel like you all have some things brewing. Like I think that you all have been able to plant some really important seeds. So I think it's really exciting to see how this Empress and this Magician are coming into like almost like remind you of like what exciting seeds you've already planted. They might actually start fruitioning, or you might start seeing some fruits of your labor that third week of July when the new moon is in Leo. By the time we get to the end of the month, Leo, we do have we just came off the heels of your new moon in Leo on the 28th, but then Jupiter turns retrograde in Aries and Mercury squares Uranus. So I do feel like this Nine of Swords is almost having you feeling like you're rushing into something and maybe you haven't thought everything through. So I would say be very discerning as you're going through the month, because it's like you have some energy around possibly a relationship, possibly working with someone. But I feel like by the time you get to this second and third week, it's just going to feel like all the stars are aligning. Like, you know, you just heard back from that business partner that you've been waiting on, or you've been putting out all these feelers for clients, and now they're starting to come in. But by the time you get to that fourth week, Leo, with the Fool card and the Knight of Swords, with Jupiter turning retrograde in Aries and then Mercury squaring Uranus, there could be some information that comes through that comes out of the blue that you weren't anticipating. With Mercury squaring Uranus in Taurus, could be around your finances. Jupiter retrograde in Aries just might be like you had all this gusto and you were ready to go, but now this Knight of Swords is almost like, wait a minute, did you think through all the details? Did you read through all the fine print? With the Fool card, it's almost like you're trying to get something started, but you might be a little too hasty and not reading everything through, or possibly you're not doing your due diligence. So just make sure you consider whatever you are working on, especially that second and third week of the month, Leo, that you read through everything. Make sure you not only research, but research the people you're working with, especially with those relationships at the beginning of the month. But otherwise, Leo, this really looks like a great July for you all. I really can't wait to hear and see what manifests, especially during mid-month. So it's going to be an exciting month for you all. I can't wait to see how that all fruitions. Okay, Leo, if you haven't already, give me a like and a thumbs up, and I will talk to you all later.